Hello, thank you for tuning in to The New Perspective, What's Stopping You with Kimberly Harrington and your girl, Trina Thomas. Hello.
Hey.
Hi,
Hey.
Hello.
Hi, Anita.
Hi. How are you?
Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Wow. So it's been a long week. We couldn't wait to get back. Ain't that right, Trina?
Yes, it's been a long week, but we here. We made it. Praise God.
God is
Hallelujah.
good. Yes.
Thank you, yo,
yes.
for that
Yes.
amazing song just a
Y'all
few
just
minutes
blessed
ago.
us with something that I wish you all could have heard before the show. Oh, thank you, Jesus. Well, let's get started. You ready, Trina?
I'm ready.
Okay. First off, this is going to be a. I'll let Trina introduce it. Go ahead, Trina. What type of show is this today?
Well, this is going to be about domestic violence. Ms. Posley has a story only she can tell. And so I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to you. Let you tell your story.
Well, let me introduce her first.
Okay.
We need this is a queen, and so we get a queen's introduction here. This is sistership. So I would like to introduce everyone to the founder of a nonprofit called Beware, BWARE, Miss Anita Posey. Miss Anita Posey is a survivor of domestic violence, and so we want to welcome her today. And she does have a unique story that only she can tell. So, Anita, welcome.
Well, thank you. Thank you. I was born and raised here in Detroit.
Okay. All right.
And I love the city. However, in the 80s, it got kind of violent.
Okay.
You know, that's when the violence started stirring up more and more. And I just couldn't take it anymore. I had a 13-year-old son, and I was fed up when he got robbed at the bus stop one day. Mm-hmm. So I had met a man, had been dating him for a while, and decided to move up to Lansing to be with him to get away from the violence. And everything was beautiful for the first year. But then it turned violent. Mm. I left. He knew what it took to get me in the first place, so he knew what it took to get me back. Mm-hmm. And it was a vicious cycle. Over a 7-year period, I left and returned 4 times. One night I was faced with a kill-or-be-killed situation, and I just wasn't ready to die. Mm-hmm. And regrettably, I ended up taking his life. Mm. So I ended up spending 15 years in prison for it, because the state of Michigan does not really understand or respect the domestic violence or the battered woman syndrome. They're a little better now, but this happened back in the early 90s. Okay. Mm. So I served 15 years in prison for it. Thank God I had God's grace and his favor and mercy. So when I did get out, after all the training and the therapy and all of that, and God speaking to me while I was in there, I formed this nonprofit after volunteering for other service agencies in the area. So Beware, which is BWARE, and it stands for Battered Woman's Awareness Reaching Everyone. Okay. And that's what I do. I keep the conversation going.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. This is heavy because we always hear one side of domestic violence, and most of the time the perpetrator is the one that does the killing, not the victim. So that had to be very heavy for you.
Yes, it was, but I was very fortunate to get numbers. Okay. Because I left a lot of women in there. They got letters, LIFE.
Oh, yeah.
And they've done 20 and 30 years and more, and they're still there.
Mm. So let me ask you this. Is it anything that can be done? Are there any advocacy programs? Is there anybody fighting for the woman to get more self-defense type verdicts versus...
No.
It's just, it seems like it's harsher for us.
Yes, it is. Okay. It absolutely is. I know of women that were in there that did the same crime at the same time with a man and got more time than the man. See, the thought is, first of all, the bench is usually manned by men. Okay. Okay. And when a man does something, it's like boys will be boys. Okay. But girls are supposed to be sugar and spice and everything nice. So when a woman does something, they feel like she's diabolical. She plotted it. She planned it. And you always get more time when there's premeditation involved. Right. Okay. But when a man discovers, say, his wife in bed with her lover, they say he killed in hot blood, and he gets less
It was a
time.
passion killing.
Right.
Okay.
When men kill their victims of domestic violence, 9 times out of 10, they get somewhere around an average of 10 years. But let a woman fight back with what we need, an equalizer to his brute strength, which is
Exactly.
usually a lethal weapon.
Yes.
Then they want to bump it up and give you 20, 30, 40, or life. I got 17 to 50. And that was lenient according to my judge because he believed that I was a battered woman.
Okay. It just may have been something else that I'm lost for words because, you know,
Well, let's talk about
Yeah.
a little bit more about domestic violence, because there's all types of domestic violence.
Right.
Like there is
good question. Trey.
emotional domestic violence. There is sexual, physical, and threats.
There's even financial and spiritual but not
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
domestic violence.
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Oh,
okay.
yeah.
Some people will use the Bible to control their victim.
Because
And-
isn't it all control, really?
Exactly.
All
Yeah.
a form of
It's
control.
not about anger. It's not because he was drunk or he was
Okay.
using drugs or because
Okay.
he
It's
lost
so
his
much bigger than
job.
that.
It's about power and control. Because there's something in his life that he doesn't have control over. And he's so angry about it, he takes it out on that person that's closest to him. But when he gets mad at his boss, he don't jump on his boss.
Right.
If he gets pulled over by the police, he don't jump on the police.
Right.
He only loses control with the person that he knows is not a threat to him.
Well, let me tell you what that's called. That's called a coward.
Exactly.
And so
Well, let
know
me
that
ask you
man.
something, Kim, because we talked about being transformed.
Transparent.
On the show, transparent on the show.
and transform.
And
Yeah,
transform.
transforming.
You yourself been a victim of domestic violence in the past.
Yes.
How did that affect you, and is that still affecting you today?
I was a victim of domestic violence. My first husband. I won't mention any names because I don't have to. He was very abusive. He was abusive. I was with him since I was 16, and he was abusive from the time I was 16 until I was about 24. And it does not affect me now,
Okay.
Good.
but it affects my children now, and my sons are 27 and 30. And domestic violence does not stop when you want it to stop. It carries on. And so I'm going to be honest. I thought about, I wish I had because as a woman and protecting her children, we think about, I should have killed him. Why didn't I kill him? But me and you had
Because the fear is he going to do something to my children?
Is he
next?
going to come back?
Absolutely.
Is he going to come back? Or as you look at the damage he did to my sons are still carrying that. My kids are productive men, family men, but I can still sense some of the things that, they're very protective of me. And they have vowed nobody will do me like that again. And so I constantly worry about them getting into a situation where they might hurt somebody who try to hurt their mother. So, it's still, it has not affected me
Okay.
because what's the saying? What don't kill you
Makes you
Makes you
strong.
makes you
Stronger.
stronger.
Yeah.
And so I'm okay.
Okay.
I had to prove a lot of things to myself through the years. When you talk about what they say and the verbal abuse, I was told I was ugly, nobody would want me. Somebody who couldn't get anybody else would be the only type of person who wanted me.
Trying to tear your self-esteem down.
He did.
Oh, yeah.
It tore my self-esteem down. So what happens when the person you have children with tears your self-esteem down? You eat more, you're stressed, you accept things in life that you shouldn't accept. You try to prove yourself. The worst thing for me when we being transparent is I tried to prove myself with other men. And so maybe I let other men come into my life just to prove him wrong of the
Right.
things he said I wasn't capable of. And anybody will take what you give them even if they don't want it.
That's true.
So I have learned to back that up, and that's just as being transparent. But let's talk real talk here. We talked, and I said, how does it feel? Does it ever come back when you do take someone's life? And you said something interesting. You said he hasn't gone anywhere. He comes to you sometimes in your dream.
Yes, he
And that he
does.
doesn't know he's dead. His
Right.
spirit doesn't know he's dead. So it's more than saying Anita killed someone. Anita is still dealing with it. It's not over at night. It's not over for her. So, yes, she got out, thank God. But it does not stop. And that's something I want you to talk about, you know. It does not go away. And you made me think, well, I'm glad I ain't kill him because I sure don't want to
Yes.
think about him every day.
Be
I
very
don't wanna
glad
do
that you did not do that, because that is a horrible memory to have to deal with, to live with, to wake up in the middle of the night with heart palpitations, because I'm scared to tell him, you dead.
That's big.
Yeah.
So
And
that's
when I do in my dreams, of course he gets angry.
See?
However, I have to say that the dreams have minimized a lot. They were really bad while I was in prison. I don't have them that often now. Thank God. And if it were not for coming to know the saving grace of Christ,
Come
Hello.
on.
I would not have made it through that entire time. I got saved before I went in, was grounded, firmly rooted in Christ. So there was no moving me. You know.
So let's ask this real quick. Of course, you've been labeled as a murderer. Some will label you as a shero. How do you balance it?
Well, I was actually called a murderer by one of the guards in prison. And I couldn't believe that I was hearing that, especially to my face.
Okay.
I mean, she actually looked out her nose and said it. And I told her, I said, no, I killed someone that was trying to kill me.
you. Right.
But I'm not a murderer. I don't go around killing people.
So that's the balance.
I regret what I did. I took a mother's only son, their sister's only brother, his sister's only brother. But I'm glad to be alive to tell a story. And I'm doing something with my life now. I'm keeping the conversation alive, because domestic violence only is as strong as its secrets. It's one of the most underreported crimes, along with rape. And the reason that it continues to go on and is fueled because of the silence. We are so ashamed, we are so afraid to tell that we don't tell anybody. I didn't tell my father in fear that my father would come and do something to him.
Okay.
And that's often the case.
Yeah.
What are some of the signs that people should look for?
That's good.
Well, if you know someone and all of a sudden they seem to be kind of accident prone, you know, they got bruises, they walk favoring one side where he may have punched their ribs or something. They weigh their words very carefully and walk on eggshells around them.
Okay.
But they're a different person when that individual isn't around.
Yeah.
I was a very jovial, assertive, happy person all the time.
Okay.
But when I was around him, I was a little more subdued because I had to be so very careful of what I said. And then sometimes I just didn't care. And I knew what was coming afterwards.
Is it the temperament you look for? Controlling signs?
It's really hard to tell, just like it's hard to tell who's an abuser.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
You know?
true. It's hard to tell.
You can't look at a man and tell that he's abusive. You can't hear him talk. He may be a very good doctor.
They very charming.
Yes, they are.
They are very
charming.
well liked amongst
Yes.
your friends, your family.
Yes.
And so you tell people he ain't what you think he is, and they like he cool. I like him, and they don't know you getting pushed down the stairs when you 5 months pregnant. You getting spit in the face. You being uppercut like Michael Tyson. Uppercut,
Tyson.
you know, like Mike Tyson uppercut someone. They don't know, but I'm gonna tell you what I hate when it's a bad story, like the lady who her husband killed her 4 children. They said, well, she knew it. Why didn't she leave?
Right.
Because that first beating might be your last. You can't gauge and say, I knew it was coming. He did it before. What you do is you also have outsiders that say, well, stay with your husband or stay with him. That's the father of your children. Work it out. But they only saying that because they don't know the whole
So
story.
is that what
Exactly.
you did for so long?
I didn't do it for so long. I didn't
Okay.
stay in it long enough. I left when my children were 2 and 9 months.
Okay.
But I had to leave because the image of my son looking at him beat me up under the bed, naked. That couldn't be what my son could become. If I stayed, my children would become him. And so that's my story, and I'm sticking with it. I got out as soon as I could. But along the way, he did some things. It was some red flags there.
Okay.
You know, it was some red flags, but then he would buy things. So let's, you know that.
Oh,
So
yeah.
let's say I get hit in the head with the I never forget I got hit in the head with some pliers because I didn't want to drive to work that morning because I wanted to get myself together because he never gave me enough time to take a bath or something. So I wanted to sit on in the passenger side and get myself together. And he said, "No, you gonna drive?" And I was like, "I don't want to drive." I guess I was talking back. And he took a pair of pliers and knocked me in the back of my head. So it was some red signs that I lead in. No, you know, because then when he picked me up from work that day, he had a ring, an engagement ring. So, you know, in self-esteem, when you keep playing on self-esteem, somebody saying nobody else wants you but him, then you fall for that. I mean, it's just real talk. So,
Well, it's a slow, methodical
Oh, yeah.
dance, just like a predator courts a child before he actually does
yeah,
something to the
yeah.
child. And another thing is that if you get with an abuser that has done it before, see, I didn't know him. He was from Lansing, I was from Detroit. I didn't know he had a history of it.
Okay.
So by the time I got with him, he was good. He was a professional at this.
Professional beater.
And I thought that people in the city just respected him. I found out later they feared him. Even men, because most abusers don't tangle with men. But there is a level 4 abuser that will fight with anybody. There are 4 levels of abusers. A level 1 will do it the first time and it'll scare him so much he won't do it again. A level 2 abuser will not do it again if the woman threatens to leave or take some kind of retaliatory action.
Okay.
A level 3 abuser will stop after getting locked up.
Okay.
But a level 4, there's no stopping him.
Okay. So listen real quick. We are the New Perspective, What's Stopping You with Kimberly Harrington and Trina Thomas on the Go Radio. That's where we are right now. But I'm going to ask you a question. Because we always said, me and Trina said, this show is, we're going to tell you heavy stuff, but then we're going to tell you how to fix it. So what's the solution? What's stopping? What stops you from getting in that situation? We got 229 countries watching us.
All right.
Somebody is going to heed this warning, and they're not going to take that hit. They're not going to take that punch. They're not going to take those harsh words. They're going to save themselves. So what's the first step?
The first step is pay attention to yourself. Pay attention to that feeling that something's just not
ain't
That
right.
sixth sense.
Pay attention to that feeling like, I didn't like the way that sounded. That sounded offensive or controlling or putting me down. Pay attention to that. The next thing is, the first time he hits you, you're a victim.
Amen.
Every time after that, you have become a volunteer.
And enable.
And now, you know, I've been told by domestic violence agencies that that's victim blaming. No, it's a wake-up call.
Yeah.
Because had I heard that back then, I would like to think that would have shaken me out of my knot or whatever power he had me under. And say, you know what, I'm not volunteering for this. Because 9 times out of 10, if he's not a level 1 abuser and he hits you one time, he's going to do it again. And as time goes on, the violence escalates.
Escalates.
The injuries become worse and worse. And so do the apologies and the flowers and the rings and the vacations.
get it
That's
all,
all
don't
to
you?
sucker you back in.
Yep. That's true. That's real talk right
And
there.
it works.
So right now we're powering the voice of community and change. We're on the Go Radio, the New Perspective, What's Stopping You. I just want to know right now, what events do you have coming up? I want you to give your website. I want everybody, and I should have said this in the beginning. You know, we usually have us something to drink, some coffee, tea, or whatever. This is the chill time for the ladies and fellas. And we usually tell you to get a pen because I want you to give the website.
Yeah.
I want you to talk about the nonprofit and some of the events that are coming up. I want you to give a telephone number if you have one. Just give us some information. After you do that, we're going to lighten it up. We're going to play the fishball game.
All right.
So, again, what's the website?
Well, the website is www.beware, that's BWARE dash IPVP.org. And the IPVP stands for Intimate Partner Violence Prevention.
You got to get that website again.
www.BWARE-IPVP.org.
Okay.
And if you'd like to email, it's info@BWARE-IPVP.org.
Okay.
The phone number is 248-906-8143. That's 248-906-8143. I do peer counseling. I will help direct you to other resources that are available, legal help, medical assistance, whatever it is you need. And if I don't have it at my fingertips, I will certainly find out.
Can they call you before they get ready to kill them?
Yes, please do.
Call
Please do.
Anita.
Don't kill him.
No.
Don't
I do
kill
not
him.
advocate killing your
Right.
abuser by no
But
means.
I mean, she can tell you, she can walk you through that pain, and you can just
Yes,
give
and a
them-
safety plan.
Yeah,
to
a safety
safely
plan.
get away or safely avoid the dangers of
Yeah,
domestic
that's
So
not-
what
that's
are some of
like-
the things, though, if they can't get a hold to you, what are some of the things that you would recommend that they do? Go to a shelter?
Go to a shelter.
family
Good
member?
question.
A neighbor. The best thing to do is to tell somebody.
Tell somebody.
Tell somebody. Let someone know. Ask someone if you can pack a bag and leave it in their basement. Get you a safety plan. Get your vital documents, birth certificates, social security cards, a list of medications, some money if you can set it aside. Put it in a little suitcase, overnight bag, and keep it at a neighbor or a
That's
family
good.
member's house.
That's good.
And have a code word with your children. Mine was with my son. If he was beating me and I wanted him to call the police, I told him if I said help 3 times, call 911.
And see, a
That's
child shouldn't even have to go through
Right.
that. So if we put our children first, they won't go through that. And that's something to think about. You need to think about what your children are seeing and hearing because they are a reflection of you. And that kind of leads to a person, a man or a woman, being an abuser because they've been abused some kind of way.
It teaches children one of 2 things. They can take it one of 2 ways. It either teaches them what love's supposed to look like. Okay, so they look for this, girls look for this in a man. Or boys carry on that behavior and say, well, this is how my daddy treated my mom. Or they take the total opposite role, saying, I will never do this. Sometimes a boy will grow up to be a man who is abused because he won't hit a woman. Or he gets just run over, gets controlled in some way.
It's hard to balance.
Because men
Right.
are victim of domestic violence
Exactly.
as well.
But there's 1 in 7 men that are victims, whereas there are 1 in 3 women. It's almost twice as much.
Yeah.
And young girls can grow up either to say, this is what love looks like, or she can become very dominating and very controlling herself.
Woo.
You know, have you ever seen that kind of woman?
Yes.
And her husband can't do nothing,
Can't do
always
nothing.
sitting somewhere
Yeah.
holding
And then
up
they
her-
call him hand packed. He know
Right.
when he go home, he gonna get the beat down.
Exactly.
I mean, you know, I'm not laughing at it because I was a victim, but to make light of it, you know, that's a perspective. That's the new perspective. And what we're doing right now is with the new perspective, doing the What's Stopping You on the Go Radio station. empowering the voice of community and change, and we're giving that new perspective. We need to talk about these things because what we're doing, if you notice the series of the show, me and Trina have it pretty much mapped out. And we're going to show you, we're going to attack the hard subjects so that we can get to the final product of nothing stopping you. You are a success. You are winning. So you can't use the excuses that hold us back. Well, I got beat up. I was, No, we are walking you through any or most of the things that can bring you down. So we're going to tackle domestic violence. We tackling black love. We tackling the angry one. We're going to tackle a whole lot of things. So I'm really happy that you took this time because that's very big to come on the show and tell that story. It's deeper than that. But, I mean, to be able to, I just looked at you and I do see that glow and I see God. And you did your time.
Exactly.
You did your time.
But you wouldn't think that I had because of what society holds back from me. It was hard for me to find a job. I can't get a decent apartment because they run a background check and because their insurance companies either will raise their premiums or cancel their insurance.
That's something we don't even think about.
Yeah, if a felon is in their property, then they won't take me in. But I was blessed to be accepted into a nice apartment complex because of my felony. I cannot get a permit for a weapon to protect myself.
So it's
I'm
a
working
different
on
whole
that
lot of
too.
stuff.
There's a whole lot of stuff. Now, as for the events,
let's talk about
let's
that.
talk about
Next
it.
month-
But before we talk
okay.
about the events, Miss Anita, if you can leave the audience, our listeners, with one word, just one, what would you give them?
self-worth.
That's big.
After talking to a lady who took me under her wing when I came out, that was running prevention programs for men, she asked me one time, she said, after all you've been through, after all the training and the therapy and the speaking engagements, what's the one thing of value you took out of this? And once I thought about it, I came up with, I discovered my worth.
That brings tears to my eyes because I understand that.
That was so very
I
important.
understand
When
that.
we understand and believe that we are worth the best, we are top shelf, we will never again allow ourselves to go on the sale or the clearance rack. I learned over the years that we teach people how to treat us
Come on.
by what we allow, what we accept, and what we allow to go unchecked.
Go on and teach it.
Come on.
Teach it.
When things are not comfortable, when things are not right, we need to verbalize that and let someone know that's not acceptable. I don't like that, and I don't accept that, and I will not accept that. And if you continue with this behavior or this talk, you can just get away from me. Because even though a man knows that it's wrong to hit a woman,
I'm good.
even though he knows it's wrong, as long as you stay around, he figures you're all right with it. You're accepting it. So he'll just continue to do it.
You know, what's bringing tears is when I hear my minister say, he said, every Sunday, you are created in the image of a perfect God.
Exactly.
So if he perfect, you perfect.
Exactly.
And he would not accept nothing but the best. So you got to accept that. You got to take that spiritual and let's lighten this up because I ain't getting ready to be crying.
Go ahead now. Go
Tell
ahead
us about
and
these
introduce the
events.
event for it. And
Well, September 15th, we're having a fundraiser at the Livonia Senior Community Center on Farmington and 5 Mile Roads.
Okay.
We're just going to have some light food there, some speakers about domestic violence. My war cry is let's break the silence of domestic
that's
violence.
right.
Because that's the only way something is going to be done. So we're trying to raise funds for the following event, which is in October, which is also Domestic Violence Awareness Month. I'm going to have an all-day event for survivors that are currently in shelter or receiving services from those service agencies, and it's called Suited for Success. Suited for Success.
Why'd you pick the word suited?
Well, it's a double entendre.
Okay.
You know, we're going to have suits for the women, and they are suited for success.
I like it too.
I like it.
Yes. To be a survivor of domestic violence actually does not denote weakness. It denotes strength. That
To
you
be a survivor of
survive.
anything.
That's right.
Anything.
So it's going to be an all-day event with speakers on financial literacy, legal rights and responsibilities, how to take care of your own self, health issues for a woman. And then at the end of the day, we have all these donations of beautiful clothing.
Clothes.
On racks, yes. Clothes, shoes, purses, coats.
You talking my language
gloves, jewelry.
Okay, what
for
day?
these women. Well, that one we haven't set a firm date yet in a
Okay.
venue. So that's coming up in October, but we've got plenty of donations of clothing and accessories right now, but we need the fundraiser to raise the funds to put this together.
Okay.
So we're doing that. And then
And of course, you accept any dollar amount.
at any dollar amount, you can go to the website, beware-ipvp.org. There's a donate button on there, and you can donate any amount of money. We accept all donations, no matter how big or small.
All right.
Okay.
And this is so that these ladies can feel better about themselves.
Absolutely.
Boost their self-esteem, because many of these women had to flee with the clothes left on their backs.
Absolutely.
And their children. So I have so many bags of clothes in my apartment right now, and I have racks to put them on, thank God. So I'm really looking forward to that. And then also starting October 2nd at noon, you'll be able to go to my website and click a particular link, which is the Purple Purse Challenge through the Allstate Insurance Company.
Okay.
Any nonprofit or domestic violence nonprofit that raises the most money with the most different donors, it has to be different people, will stand a chance to be granted a grant of anywhere from $5,000 to $100,000.
Okay.
And so I'm hoping that
You in the
I'll get
running?
more and more donors. Yes, absolutely.
Well, we
It won't
got
start until October
229 countries watching us.
2nd. All right.
And we Facebook Live, and Miss Yolanda Eddings, our executive producer, has us rolling Facebook Live. So anybody that wants to donate to domestic violence, wants to help out Miss Anita Posey
Yes.
and the Beware Foundation, it's a deserving foundation to be a part of. I mean, you know, we always talk about our women and how can we uphold them. This is what we do. This is a step. So let's do what we need to do.
Build 'em up.
Let's lift them up.
Amen.
We're going to lift this as a sistership, sisterhood, and we're going to do what we can do. And again, this was not a show to bash men.
Oh, no.
This was a show to talk about domestic violence. Our abusers just happen to be men.
Exactly.
Hopefully, it'll be some men out there that take heed to what we're talking about.
Exactly.
And sometimes it's just not about fighting out of a relationship. Just talk about this. And you might be in an abusive situation, but you might have this person that is willing to stop if you talk to them, if you can have a decent conversation, if you can talk and communicate, maybe it can stop. So we want the best out of everything. We're going to always look and try to get it solved in a humane versus inhumane. Well, let's lighten it up.
Yeah.
Now this is easy.
Okay.
This not a terrifying bowl today. I ain't even gonna cheat today. I promise. Just give me one. I don't even want the bowl. I don't even want to touch the
Hand
bowl.
them one.
Hand me
Need it 'cause
one.
she cheats.
Oh,
You
is
can
that
hand me
right?
two.
Oh, she say two. I'm gonna give her
she said
5. If she want 2, I'm gonna give her 5. Let me see. I'm not even gonna look. Let me see. 11.
You singing today?
I'm gonna sing.
When you gonna sing it on
I'm
out?
gonna sing. Hand that to her, Miss Anita.
Both
Thank
of
you.
them?
Yes,
Oh, my.
she asked for two.
Got
I'm gonna
to.
give her two.
I don't want to touch the bowl. I got people like, why you be cheating? And I don't think it's cheating.
Well, people have contacted me and told me to tell you to stop cheating.
Okay, so Miss Anita, so what we doing with these cards? We got 2 cards.
So you picked a card. So whatever word.
You picked it. We ain't pick it.
Oh, for real.
Okay, anyway.
So whatever word that's on your card.
Yeah, I got one.
You
Let's do a swap. Don't look.
For real. See, I told y'all she was gonna cheat. That's what she do. She just cheats.
Okay, go.
You got two too, Anita?
Yeah, I got 2.
How you get 2? I gave
I
you
picked
one.
2.
You gave
Oh,
it to
I gave you 2 too?
No,
Well, then I might
I
as well
picked-
get 2 too. Then.
I picked 2.
Oh,
Okay, so
I
you
got
got-
some good ones.
Yeah, you sure do, because I saw one. Okay,
Okay.
so let me see.
Go ahead, Miss Anita.
Dang.
Talk-
Okay, go ahead, Miss Anita.
Okay, patience. That's something I'm in great need of. Now, I do have some patience. I have patient endurance. But I want so very badly to build up the funds of Beware so that I can get a building to have a shelter for these women. Because, and I hate to bring it back to this.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
But all over Michigan, 120 families a month are turned away from domestic violence shelters because of lack of bed space.
Well,
There
that's
is
your
no
passion.
room.
So
Right.
it's going to happen. You
So-
just got to be patient and wait on the
Yeah.
will of God.
Right.
Yeah.
See, but these women, I have 2 friends, and a couple women that have called me that have heard me speak, that have gone to shelters and were turned away, and they went back to their abuse.
So that's
Okay.
your passion.
So,
you
yeah.
just called it.
Yeah.
You need patience to wait on
To wait on
God.
God. So what's your other one?
Self-esteem.
Self-esteem. Let's talk about self-esteem.
I need a
Well,
one for them.
Since I discovered my worth, I have no problem with self-esteem.
All right.
I know that's-
Okay. All right now.
They
go
better
ahead.
know it.
Granted, I may be trying to lose some weight, but I'm still good
All right.
I know
where
that's
I
right.
am,
Good too,
and I
Queen.
like who I am. I
All right.
love who I am, and I feel that those who love me are fortunate enough, are very fortunate to know me and to love me.
Woo, why did
All right,
Trina get
then.
that one? Trina need that one, man. Okay, you
For
go.
real. No, you go.
Okay, then. Mine's is helpful. Now, to be honest with you, because I'm very helpful. I help a lot of people.
Yes, you do.
So give me another one, give me one more. Throw me something else. Don't give me that one, because I saw that one. That's happy. I'm already happy. Y'all know I'm
Here
jolly.
you go.
Truth.
Do you have a problem with the truth?
Nope.
Okay.
That's one thing that has been my saving grace, and Trina will attest to this.
I can.
I speak my truth, and I live in truth, and I activate my life in truth. And being truthful has given me some of the biggest triumphs in my life. And that's a testimony that I can tell you happened
That's
this
Amen.
week.
Next.
Amen. Next.
Man, next.
Yeah, so that's a whole nother show right there. Focus. Now, anybody that know me, all my Facebook friends know that I can't focus on nothing. I can't do it. I'm going to have to work on focus.
See, that bounced back off of truth.
Yeah.
See how that bounced
Yeah,
off of truth?
but I
Speaking
have
the
a
truth
I
right
have
now.
a problem with focus. I'll even try to pray, and Lord, if I can't get through the prayer without jumping to something else, so I need to learn how to focus so God can continue to give me what I need to do His work, and maybe I'll learn some scriptures too, because I don't know no scriptures. Go ahead, Trina, what you got?
I have peace.
Oh,
I have peace.
that's good.
I have peace. I have peace in my heart, in my mind, in my soul, in my marriage, in my home,
Very good.
at work. I do. I have peace. So this is something I don't have to work on because I'm going to go home to my peace.
I know
All
that's
right,
In
now.
a
all
couple
right
hours.
now.
So peace
That's
I
good.
have. The other one is fear. Wow.
Oh.
Fear. There go that fear again, y'all. I do struggle with fear. I don't know why. I think it's the ending, that I think about more when it comes to fear, not the beginning. Like what's going to happen later. So I struggle with that. So, like even with the show, like how's it gonna turn out? You know, that be on my mind constantly.
I'm going to give you a suggestion for a book that I read. It's called Just Enough Light for the Step I'm On by Stormy O'Mardian. And if you think about a car, the headlights shine just so far.
Right.
They don't shine a mile down the road. You don't need to see what's going on down the road. You just need to see so far to make that turn in the road when it comes up. That's all the light you need.
Well,
No, that's all the light you
faith,
need.
that's my faith. Now I do.
Right.
I got faith. Lord knows.
Well, you got faith for down the road where the
Yeah.
headlights
Fearful.
don't shine.
Yeah.
But God gives us just enough light
Yeah.
for the step we on
Yeah.
because we don't need to see. If he showed us everything that was
be
going to be at the end and what
Yeah,
you had to go
yeah.
through to get there,
Yeah.
you might choose to step out.
Ain't
Yeah.
that the truth?
And I
That's
think you
good.
might question
Yeah,
everything.
yeah.
Well, why I got to do
Yeah.
this?
Yeah.
God, you
Yeah.
want me to do what?
Yeah.
Why I got to do
Yeah.
that?
But my husband said something. He always tell me, face fear head on.
That's right.
Just face it,
Hmm.
and what you say, hubby? Go away.
That's right. That's right. Do it afraid if you have to. Yeah.
But
You can't get, she get caught up in that husband, honey. You,
That's all right.
woo, speaking
When
of
you
that.
got a good husband, that's good. Something
She
good
got
to get caught
she
up
got
in.
one of them. Now I will attest to that. Ernest is I just love Ernest. We got some good shows coming up.
we have coming up next week, Kim?
Next
Tell our
week
listeners.
we have Phlebotomy Express training centers will be in the house, and we actually have some students who have finished the program, and we want to talk to them about what stopped them from taking the next step and what's happened since they have taken the next step and finished the program. We got some stars, and so we're going to introduce, because we said we were going to introduce our businesses, different businesses, and so we're going to introduce my business that I'm the president of, Phlebotomy Express Training Centers. We are going to introduce that school, and we are going to bring on some students who have graduated, and we're going to talk about how it has changed their lives, what it did to them, are they working, just a whole lot
They're
of
gonna
things.
give their own personal
Yeah.
testimony.
That's
Personal
good. Yeah, that's
testimony.
good.
Young people, we don't do that. After that, the fellas are coming back.
They coming back, y'all. Y'all
So
ready? They
look
coming
out
back.
for Mr. Ernest Thomas and Minister Troy Muhammad. It's been a lot of people asking for them, so we don't need. They might be hosting the show by themselves. I don't know,
No,
Trina.
I ain't gonna let them take over.
Oh, you ain't gonna let them? It ain't gonna be no takeover, so it's gonna be
Take over, but
interesting.
they'll be back.
Yeah, it's gonna
They'll
be
be back
interesting. I think
again.
they're gonna talk about the movie Detroit.
They are.
Yeah, that was a
And
great movie.
Yeah.
the bowl is going to be interesting for them because we want to get a man's perspective on
A lot of things.
a lot of things. So that,
Can't-
yeah, we
can't-
can't tell
can't-
everything.
can't-
And then after that, it's going to get heavy again. And we're just going to keep it going. So we are enjoying this. I'm enjoying this. Trina, you singing.
Ain't no stopping us now. We're on the move.
I keep trying to tell her.
Right.
229 countries are watching this.
We're on the move.
Uh-oh, you going to jump in too?
You want to? Come on, Nita.
Down there.
Ain't no
stopping us now.
We're on the move. Come on, Nita.
I'm in need of our executive producer. We
Ain't
need
no
some guidance right now.
For real. Come on, Nita. For real.
One day I'm going to sing, though. I got a few songs. Yolanda she came in here and she sang I Won't Complain. And if I could hit those notes. But that touched me because I won't complain. So I need her to come back and sing that one day. Oh, and Yolanda.
Well, she'll be back when she come back.
She's going to be a special guest to celebrate our anniversary of being here. And so I'm excited about the new perspective. What's stopping you with Kimberly Harrington and Trina Thomas? We are on the Go Radio. You got to say it like that, so come on.
Say, ready, yo.
On the Go Radio.
All right, then. See?
On the Go ready, yo.
So, anything else you want to tell us? What else? We got a few more minutes. What else you want to talk about?
Well, I want to say that you can go to my website and see a video of my testimony where I spoke at the Henry Ford West Bloomfield Hospital.
Okay.
Tells more of my story, going into more detail. I am writing a book. that's going to tell the story, and it's very possible that it will be a Netflix original series.
Okay.
Sort of like the Orange is the New Black thing.
Okay.
Yeah. I actually met Piper, the star of the Orange is the New Black, the lady that wrote the story, and the story is about her. And she was kind of taken aback that I did so much time.
Okay.
Because she actually said, you do not look like what you've been through.
You sure don't. You look good.
You know,
but how does that look?
Thank you.
I mean, you know,
How
you when you put God in it, God gave you that light.
Exactly.
And I keep going back to God because God is my hero.
Oh, absolutely.
But let me tell you something else. I got to talk about this because we got a few more minutes. I think we got 6 more minutes. Do you watch Power?
Absolutely.
Woo! Babe, Trina. Girl.
Yes.
My bae, he gonna get them for killing that girl.
Oh, yeah.
Now, I love me some Power. I love me Amari. You can come on here anytime you want to. You don't have to. If anybody is slotted in, you can come. I love you. And I'm behind you 100%.
Calm down, sister.
I can't help it.
I know. He
help
does
it.
look
Woo,
delicious.
baby. So what you think? So what you think?
Now, Tasha better watch out, because if he ever find out she's laying with his attorney,
It's over.
it's over.
You know, me personally, I don't think he gonna care. I think he want Angela back. I really don't care. I don't think he care about what Angela do.
What Tasha
I mean,
doing.
what Tasha do. I think he wants Angela back.
He can never
I
trust
know
her.
he
I
don't
think
care
he
what
really
Tasha doing. He know he
in
care
love
what
with
I'm
Angela.
doing.
But he
And
can
I
never
ain't
trust
doing
her
nothing.
again.
I think he can.
He can never trust her again. No, because she's always got that in the back of her mind that
What he did with Angela.
Yeah, Angela always has in the back of her mind that he is some kind of criminal.
Angela don't care about that.
Yes, she does.
No, she don't. Because
She
if she
would've
cared,
never
she would
pressed
have.
it.
Nah, she would have left him in there. But y'all gonna stop. Y'all gonna get up off of him now. He doing the best he can.
I can't with her.
He doing the best he. Bae,
I can't with her.
bae,
I
you
can't
doing the
with
best you can. Don't let. I got you.
can't.
I got you. They need me.
They need to let him go on and live a legitimate life like he
trying to-
wants
Well,
to
he
do, of
wants
being a
to.
He wants to. All
businessman.
these old heathens
He
keep
wants to.
showing up.
But you know who's dangerous now?
Tommy.
Tommy.
But you know what?
Tommy.
Tommy,
That's
my
my boy, though.
Ooh, yeah, now I
Everybody
like
turning
Tommy.
their back on Tommy.
They ain't turning their back on him. Dre got them turning their back on him.
But they still turn his back.
It don't matter. But you know what?
Everybody, even his mother.
No, she ain't
fact
turning her
that-
back on him. He just mad at her.
Yeah.
Mad to him.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
And
Tommy
he's
don't
gonna
worry
turn
about
to
Tommy.
that old man in prison, and
Well,
that's who's
that's
gonna
his
get
dad.
him in more trouble.
Well, that's all right. But wait a minute.
It keeps it interesting.
What about
Yes,
that little
he
Keeps
boy
it
does.
though?
tuned in. So
What about that
That's what
Tariq?
we want to do.
I wanna knock him upside the head.
Ooh, girl, I'm so mad at Tariq. I don't know what to
I
do.
don't even want to talk about it.
I'm mad at Tariq. I want to know if 50 coming back. Now, you know 50 I ain't mad at 50 too much no more. You mad at him?
I don't really care. For him.
I don't care for him. I ain't mad at him, but I don't care.
Right.
For
I
him.
ain't mad at 50.
But he was low down, wanting to kidnap the boy.
Now, somebody I ain't talking about is Lala. Everybody, all the fellas like Lala. What's her name?
Yeah.
I don't even know her name.
Lala who?
Right. Long as she ain't messing with
Keisha,
my.
that's her
Oh,
character's
that's
name.
her name.
Keisha. Yeah.
Okay.
Long as she ain't.
You do be tuned in, don't you?
I know that's right. Long as she ain't messing with.
But she's got
my
low
bae.
self-esteem too.
Yeah,
She
she
got
got
low self-esteem.
Yeah.
She's envious of Tasha.
Yeah.
and her
She is.
relationship.
Right.
Now I
She
thought it was
wants to
gonna
be
take a new
rolling.
spin. I thought she
Right.
was gonna get with Tommy, and then her and Tommy was gonna blow up.
Who, Keisha and Tommy?
I thought Keisha and Tommy was gonna try to be the power couple.
Yeah,
Well,
but
I mean-
now I have to retract what I said when I said she has low self-esteem. No, she doesn't. Because when he went for her this last week and got her in the car, she got out the car. She says no.
Girl, she ain't mean that. She
She-
wanted
yes,
him to
she
get
did.
out that
She
car and
said,
run
'cause
after
she don't
her.
want the feds coming up in her joint no more.
She just wanted. She
And
wanted
locking her
boy to run up.
doors.
You know that's the overplay for the underplay or whatever these young people
Overlay
say.
for the underplay.
All that. She wanted him. He had a guy out been running after her. I know if Ghost want me to get in the car.
You gonna get in the car?
What?
In a heartbeat.
Deuces. Like, come on, baby. Who we going to get? I love him, but let me ask y'all this. We ain't got that much long. We don't have that much longer. Let me ask you this. Y'all watch Mary Jane?
I do watch Mary Jane.
You know.
I haven't watched.
Girl, now I really think I'm Mary Jane Paul right now. I feel.
Oh Lord, we will see you guys next.
No,
week.
we not. We gonna stay here. We got a few
Same time,
minutes.
same place.
We got a few minutes because the producer
7:30.
not here, so we got to sit here. We there she go.
She's like, oh, no.
Mary Jane. Girl, that's me all day long.
Out of my element now.
Well, sit on back, cause
I'm gonna sit right on back.
Okay, so what y'all watch? Tell me what y'all watch.
right
I know
on
what
back.
you watch, the haves and
Well,
have
I
nots.
watched the half and a half night.
yeah.
And I
You
like
watched
the
that?
half
I ain't
and
never
night.
seen the episode.
I like half and a half night.
Oh, yeah.
You watch half and a half night? Let's talk about it.
They got a lot going on. The only thing that bothers me about the Tyler Perry shows, there's too much extraneous dialogue. It takes them forever to get through a conversation.
Yes.
See, I
Do
don't
you
watch.
wanna
I
do
can't
do
focus.
what? This, I don't know. What is it? I mean, come on.
Yeah.
I
Get
can't
to the
focus,
subject.
so I ain't got to worry about that. Thank you. I will never
Yeah,
watch that.
you would lose interest.
Yeah,
because it
I've
takes
already
them
lost
forever
interest.
to
It
get
takes
through a
them forever, but
conversation.
it's
I'm
very
over there. I'm over that.
And just like
very
the other one, if loving you was wrong,
I don't
same
watch
thing.
that one. I don't
If
watch that one.
loving you is wrong, I don't want to
Do
be
she want?
right.
Is she singing, y'all? Is she singing,
If
y'all?
loving you is wrong,
Yo,
I don't want to be
is she
right.
singing? All right.
All right, now, so you are listening to the new perspective. What's stopping you? With Kimberly Harrington and Trina Thomas. This is on the Go Radio. We got to give much love and respect to our executive producer and the owner of this network, Miss Yolanda Eddings, the queen. And she has given us the power to voice the community for change. And I just want to tell her I love her. We appreciate
Love
this
you,
opportunity. And y'all don't realize what she did.
Love you,
She just gave us an hour. Trina, we got an hour.
What I said? Oh,
Y'all ain't ready.
Y'all ain't
Lord.
ready.
I ain't getting geek because this might have just been
might be
something.
just
We
a-
just
we
might have
got
just
lucky.
got it on the
We might
on
just got
the.
lucky.
She might have had something to do.
What?
She was watching.
She was
I
enjoying
love you.
it.
We appreciate you. We hope that we make you proud. And I guess it's time to go. Is it time to go, y'all?
All right.
It's time to go. Anita, I want to thank you so
Thank you.
much.
Thank you
Thank
for
you so
having
much.
me.
Best
I
of
really
luck with
appreciate you.
Beware. We will definitely be keeping up with you. We'll bring you back.
Yeah.
All right.
The new perspective was stopping you. Cue the music.
Cue the music. Same place, same time, right here, 7:30. See you Friday.
I love the music.